Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 2 and the Chasing a Ghost mission set in Mumbai. And today we will be taking care of two challenges. The first being Mumbai Electric for killing at least one of our targets with electricity, and with the second one will be to kill all three of our targets with electricity, which will get us the Mumbai Blackout challenge. This is quite a long video. It's an even longer mission. I've managed to cut it down as much as I can, but be prepared, this could take like 40 minutes. So for this one we're going to be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick, our silence pistol, and I will be bringing with me some coins. But I highly recommend, if you have the electrocution phone, you want to bring that with you and use that on Dawood Rangin. So upon achieving these challenges, we will also get ourselves the Show's Over challenge and the Dark Scene, I think it was called, for knocking out one of the guards up on Rangin Tower and investigating a laptop. So right from the start, off the bat, what we're going to do is run around the edge of the map between Rangin Tower and the slums, and just behind this SUV we will find ourselves a car battery in hand. We are now going to continue on towards the Crow's Nest hideout, and what we're going to do here basically is start setting up one of our kills. So when we get to the Crow's Nest hideout, we're going to make our way around the back, just by the stairs here. We'll drop our battery, we'll come back for that, and we need to now eliminate a number of guards in this vicinity, namely the two just on the ground floor here inside the Crow's Nest, and at least 3 more down in the basement area. So with the generator turned off and on, that's distracted our first victim. So we're just going to sneak up behind him, render him unconscious, take everything he drops and his outfit. And luckily for us, it was the guy who goes for the cigarette, and he happens to have a key, so we don't have to use the generator to knock out the second guy who is watching television. So we can just lockpick our way in, or use the key to get in. We're going to pick up the spaghetti in the corner of the room, knock out the guard watching TV, and collect everything he drops, and then we're going to drag him down into the basement area, and we're going to hide his body in a closet, this one right here, which by the way is a trap. Never get in it, you can't get back out again. So moving on from that, what we're going to do now is we're going to take out the 2 guards you can see on the left of the screen there, and the one guy who's in the room just in front of us. And we're going to start with this guy in this room. So we're just going to basically sneak up behind him when he's not looking. I took a bit of a risk there because I thought he was going to get ready to move. But we're going to knock him out. We're going to hide his body in the crate provided. And we're also going to take this guy's outfit because he's an elite thug. He's not just any thug. So with his now out of the way, we're going to grab the picture of the maelstrom from the corner of the room, and we now want to take care of the 2 patrolling guards, one of which you can see is still an enforcer. So what we're going to do basically is we're going to lay a weapon trap for them, but we do need them to be somewhere else to lay our trap. So we're just going to wait for them to move off, and when they do, we're going to make our way around the corner here, and we're just going to drop this assault rifle on the floor. And when those 2 guards come back, one of them will collect that gun and they will bring it into this room right here, and when they do, we can render them unconscious and hide their body in the closet provided. So all we've got to do now is wait for them to return, and one of them will see the gun. So here they come. One of them spotted the gun now. I'm just going to pick up that loose gun off the floor there, just in case that distracts him. But he's going to now pick up that gun. He's going to come into this room, and he's going to place the gun in the box just by the door you can see ahead of us. So once he's in position, we're going to get ourselves in position behind him, wait for the door to close, render this guy unconscious, and we're going to hide his body in the crate provided, or the closet provided. So that's 4 down already. So we just need to get this last guy here, and this will be everything set up for the Maelstrom kill. So we're just going to wait for him to come back. We aren't going to place any more guns because he's going to walk right past this door and then stop. So we can just duck out through the door behind him, render him unconscious, and we can just drag him into the room behind us, out of sight, out of mind. So that's pretty much everything we need taken care of to kill the Maelstrom, or our area now clear. So we're now going to move on and go back up the stairs and back out of the Crow's hideout and retrieve our battery. And this battery is not for the Maelstrom, this battery is for Vanya Shah, and that is our next stop. So we're going to make our way again around the edge of the map, past the docks, past the junkyard area, and around to the train yard. And we want to stick to the main path here until we get to the train yard. We're going to lockpick our way into this train car, and we're going to make our way along the train car and out the other side and into the train yard area. Use the bushes for cover if you need to. We're going to sneak past the guard half asleep at the door here, and just past the door we're going to drop our battery once again, and we're now going to make our way up to the roof. So what we're going to do with Vanya Shah here is basically we're going to fix her little hot water springs or spa or meditation pool or whatever you want to call it, and when she gets in that to meditate, we can then throw the battery in with her. But to do that, we first need to turn on the hot water, hence coming up to the roof. Now there are a number of guards up here. I think there's about 4 guards we actually have to worry about, and the one who is patrolling on that lower deck there, and 3 up here. Now I'm going to take this opportunity and just run straight past this guy, and we're heading for the little hut ahead of us, and we're going to lockpick our way into that hut without being spotted, preferably. There we go. We're going to grab the wrench that's in here. That puts us up to 2 wrenches. I did grab one down in the basement. We're going to grab the hammer as well, and we're going to plug ourselves up on the inside of the hut against the wall, and we're just going to wait for the 2 patrolling guards to come round, and they will stop very briefly at the edge of this hut here before they move on again. And as they go to move on, we're going to throw our hammer into the corner of the room here, or into the middle of the room, and as long as you've got the door open, that should attract the attention of at least one of them, or both, but one of them will come along and investigate, and when he does, we can subdue him from around the corner and drag him into our little kill zone here. And once he's unconscious, we're going to hide his body in the crate provided, or the closet provided in this case, and we're going to take his outfit. Not that it will make much difference, because basically everyone up here is an enforcer, even to this outfit. So we're just going to retrieve his gun from outside of the room, and essentially what we're going to do now is rinse and repeat the exact same procedure for the 2nd patrolling guard, who just so happens to be on his way back over here now, so we won't be waiting very long. And as soon as he's back at the corner of the hut, we're going to throw our hammer once again. That will get his attention. We're going to subdue him from around the corner, and we can hide his body in the crate, although we don't have to, we can just leave his body in this hut area. So here he comes now, so we're just going to grab him by the throat, render him unconscious, and we're just going to leave him there. So now the only guard we really have to worry about is the one guard in the water tower. So what we're going to do to get rid of this guy is another gun trick. We're just going to drop our gun on the floor there, and we're going to throw one of our wrenches to get his attention. Now unfortunately, when he comes over, he doesn't see the gun, even though he practically stands right on top of it. So we will have to wait for him to go back to his normal routine and reset our trap. So here he comes now. He's literally just walked right across the gun, can't see anything out of the ordinary, and goes back about his business. Now the reason I'm using instinct so much at this point is I'm keeping an eye on the guard downstairs as well, because we really don't want him to spot us, and he can see quite well. He's got a very good eyesight, that guy. So once our first guard is back in position, we're going to move the gun more into the middle of the walkway, re-throw our wrench on the floor, and re-attract the guard's attention, and hopefully this time he will see the gun. And there he goes. So he will then pick up that gun and he will take that away, and it's a long way away. He's got to go basically all the way down to the ground floor via the stairwells. So he's now out of our way, long gone. We're going to retrieve our wrench, and we're now going to not forget to turn on the hot water. Thank you, Anubis. Make our way over to the water tank, turn on the hot water, and we're now going to go and retrieve our battery once again. So we're going to make our way back down to the ground floor, exactly the same way we came up. So over the ledge and down the drain pipe to the ground, and once we're on the ground floor we can then retrieve our battery and make our way inside the train yard. Just remember where you've left your batteries. So once we're inside the train yard, on our left we will see a train car with some boxes out the front. We're going to climb up onto the boxes and up onto the roof of the train car. We want to go right of the skylight opening in the top of the train car, and we want to be positioned roughly about here so that the guard up on the upper walkway can't see us because of the girders that are in the way. So basically all we have to do now is wait for our target to be informed that her hot springs is working. She will go and sit down in the water, and we can then take aim at the pool with our battery and throw it in with her.
Confirmed kill on Vanya Shaw. Excellent work, 47. No rest for the wicked, however. On to the next one.
So with Vanya Shaw now taken care of, that will get us the Mumbai Electric Challenge. So all that's left for us to do now is move on to our next target, which will be the Maelstrom. And the easiest way to get him to maneuver into the area we want him is to summon him with the flag, which is up on the top of the hill. So we're going to make our way to the junkyard. We're going to shoot down the extending ladder, and we're going to make our way up onto the buildings on the hill. And once up here, we will then climb the buildings to the very top onto the roof, where we will find ourselves a couple of guards and a flagpole. So once we get up here, we're just going to move a little bit to our right so that the guard doesn't spot us when he looks to his left. Pull out our silenced pistol and shoot the flagpole button, and that will get the attention of the Maelstrom. He will then come along and visit with his wife, and after that will make his way to the crow's nest to get a change of clothes, which is exactly where we are heading now. So we're just going to descend our way back down to the ground floor, and we are going to run straight to the crow's nest area, and we're going to require ourselves yet another change of disguise. We want to put on another elite thug's outfit, just so that we're not trespassing when we go into the crow's nest. So we're just going to make our way straight inside the crow's nest, back down into the basement area, and we're just going to grab one of the uniforms off one of the elite thugs, although any of the uniforms will do. And I've decided to lockpick my door here because I've never used it before. So in here we have one of our unconscious guards. We're going to take his outfit. Looks like I've been promoted to captain. And with our peak cap uniform now in tow, we're going to make our way back up into the crow's nest building, and we're just going to wait here. And it will seem like we are waiting forever, but eventually the Maelstrom will come into this building.
47? That man there. He resembles the Maelstrom. Try to get close to him through visual ID.
So we're just going to knock him out.
That's the Maelstrom. You found him.
And with him unconscious, we're now going to drag his body down into the basement area, which has a number of pipe leaks and puddles on the floor. And we're just going to drag him right down to the far end of the corridor, because there's a rather sizable puddle just here at the far end. So we're going to drop him nice and squarely in that puddle as best we can, run back to the far end of the corridor, and just around the corner we will find another battery. So with that battery in hand, we're going to run back to the Maelstrom, and we're going to target the puddle, and we're just going to throw the battery in the puddle.
The infamous
Maelstrom is dead. Very well done.
47. Just one target left. Let's bring this one home.
So that's 2 targets down, 1 to go, and as I suggested at the start of this level, if you can, or you have the electrocution phone, I strongly recommend using that, because this is where the bulk of your mission will be held. We're going to make our way over to Rangin Tower, and once in Rangin Tower we're going to ascend the stepped garden out the front, and we are going to make our way up to the very top here. We're going to shoot the camera above the door, which will distract the young lady who stood below it, and when she goes in to investigate, we're going to follow her into the building, and as she goes up the stairs we're going to enter into the lift shaft, just like we would with most of these challenges. But instead of getting off at the first floor, we are now going to climb up to what I believe will be the 4th floor. As you can see, there is a guard just standing right there, and this guard moves away and we can make our way up to the 4th floor, and we're going to pin ourselves against the wall on the inside of the lift shaft here, and when the guard on patrol comes back we are going to subdue him around the corner and take everything he drops, including the key card and his weapon, his outfit, the works. So once this guy is unconscious and you have all of his stuff, if you have the electrocution phone, you can make your way through the door opposite us, and when Darwood Rangin comes along you can drop the phone, let him pick it up and trigger that and kill him, and that will save you about 20 minutes of running around knocking out everybody in this area, which is what I'm about to do. And I am quite literally going to go around and secretly and quietly subdue everybody on the top 2 floors of this building, including Darwood Rangin. We're going to get him out of the way nice and early. So the way I'm going to do this is mostly with a generator, but we're going to start off with a few of the gun tricks. So I'm going to make my way back to the lift shaft and through the locked door using the key card we've collected, and we're just going to wait right here, and eventually there is a guard who patrols this area and Darwood Rangin and his private bodyguard. We're going to wait for Darwood Rangin to bugger off before we take out the patrolling guard in the area, which will be this guy right here. So we're going to take him out and we're going to hide his body in a closet or a cupboard or a box. We're going to take out the guy on the stairs as well, and we're just going to drag him up to the roof floor here. And now we'll start using the generator. As you can see, there's a guard come along to take away the gun from our first victim. We want that to happen. Don't bother picking up anyone's guns. So that is Darwood Rangin's personal bodyguard out of our way for a few minutes, leaving us the opportunity to take out Darwood Rangin. So as soon as he's got his back to us, we're going to knock him out, and we're going to drag him into the corridor with the lift shaft. And you must be aware that when Darwood Rangin's bodyguard comes back, he will start looking for Darwood, and he will come into this area at some point. so we will need to take him out before he gets here. But he's going to be gone for some time. So around the back of the lift shaft we find a generator, and we can use this generator to take out a few more of the guards on this floor. So we're going to turn the generator off and on again, and someone will come around to investigate, and when they do and they lose interest, we will then throw our wrench on the floor nearer to us so that they are well out of eyesight and earshot of anyone else in the area. So once he loses interest in the generator, we're going to throw our wrench on the floor to re-attract his attention for a second time. And when he comes over to investigate, we can then stand up, because we're not in any trouble with him. He's not an enforcer, so we can stand right in front of him, make funny faces at him while he can't find the wrench we've thrown, which he's currently standing on. And as soon as he turns around to leave, we're going to pounce on him and render him unconscious. So that's one more out of our way. Remember to keep an eye out for Dawood Rangin's personal bodyguard. But once again, we're just going to reset our trap with the generator. We're going to knock out another guard, and eventually we will knock out the guard who was sitting and watching TV, and that will get us the show's over challenge, I believe it's called. So here's our final guard on the area. We managed to get all three of them before Dawood Rangin's bodyguard returns, and we've knocked him out as well. So that just leaves this guy, who we will then knock out and drag away. So that's everybody on this floor unconscious. So we're now going to go and set up our last little bit. So in the center of this floor there is a water tower, a water jug. We're just going to put a bullet hole in that, make our way back towards the elevator shaft where we see a desk on our right with a laptop. And we're going to fondle that laptop, and that will get us a dark scheme challenge or discovery or feat. So that's 2 down. All that's left for us to do now is eliminate Dawood Rangin. So we're going to take his unconscious and rather heavy body, and we are going to drag him into the puddle that has accumulated around the water cooler. And as you can see on the floor in that puddle also is a plug socket. Now you can try and do this without knocking out all the guards, but it is highly risky. It's much easier to just get rid of everyone, and then you ain't got to worry about anyone spotting you doing this.
Dawood Rangin is confirmed killed. Mission completed. Time to find an exit.
So that will get us the Mumbai Blackout challenge. So that's all of our challenges for the day completed, including Mumbai Electric, a dark scheme, lights out or shows over, and Mumbai Blackout. So all we've got to do, as Diana suggests now, is make good our escape. So we're going to descend the elevator shaft back down to the ground floor, avoid the young lady in the foyer area there. She is an enforcer, and because I didn't have an electrocution phone, I've brought some coins with me so I can take a cab home after all that running around. So there you go, that is the Mumbai Electric and the Mumbai Blackout challenges, both taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.